You found our show, so come on in and take a seat. Warrior class, we got the keys. Dun, 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 dun. To get you where you need to be, just study our show, and you're gonna grow like crazy. Watching you will see. Dun, 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 dun. Warrior class, we got the keys, just watch our show, 'cause it's for you and your babies.
Welcome to Warrior Class, where the teachers whoop ass and you will too if you pass. Waiting for Belay and Ominiki to come on in. I know Belay was having some kind of issues. So we're waiting on him to sign in. Well, he said he couldn't see my computer, and I couldn't see his. I saw it was spinning. So we're going to, let me remove him from the studio. Let's see, kick from studio. If you want to prevent this from joining, you should. All right, so we're gonna see if Belay and Ominiki sign back in. Let me see. Salute, brothers and sisters. Salute, Emmanuel Briggs. Peace, Spider-Man. Greetings, Eugene Mason. And other lurkers in there. We hope to get Belay and Ominiki back online. But today's episode is top self-protection techniques, strategies, what have you, of 2025. Okay. So that's what we're going to be dealing with today. Hopefully I'm not doing this by myself. Hopefully we have Belay and Ominiki in here in a minute. Also, for the news, I rely on them to do the news, so we hope that they're in here to do that. Let me see. Yobe, peace and blessings, Baba. Peace. Peace, Rob. Much respect, Baba. Belay has a song now. Yeah, he has a couple of them that are out. In fact, he has a song for my book, Ice Cold Dating Tips. and he's doing lava, 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 lava. He's doing Shabba Ranks voice on that one, but he has a couple out. All right, so we're gonna give Belay another 2 or 3 minutes to get on, and then we're gonna start. Whether he's on or not, him and Omaniki, whether they're on or not, we're gonna get started. But we're gonna give them a couple of more minutes to sign in, and we'll see what happens. I know Belay has said he was going to try to sign directly in. I don't know what that means, but I guess with the Ethernet cord and not use Wi-Fi itself. Um, so we're going to see. But how was everybody's weekend? Mine was busy. We shot starting uh, last Sunday. We started shooting uh, the short film that we're working on uh, called Black Dog. Uh, was how I became an assassin. Black Dog. Uh, he's the first. So we're doing a series of 7 assassins, and Aja, the Black Dog, is the first character who we're telling his story. Then we're probably going to tell Mama Isi's story. Then probably uh, Mariah Ivy. These are characters in the how I became an assassin world. Then probably Jared and Leilani. Their story goes together. Uh, so we'll probably get everybody. You know, well, we're going to get everybody um, by probably spring of next year. We'll get all 7. But this year we're going to get like 4 or 5, maybe maybe 4. Actually, tell their story. So we're doing 7 different stories, 7 different genres, but they're all within the same, telling the story of these 7 assassins. It's called How I Became an Assassin, and then it has the name of the character. So How I Became an Assassin, Black Dog, or his name is Cy Reeves, but they call him Black Dog. How I Became an Assassin, uh, Mariah Ivy. Um, so Black Dog is more action oriented. Mariah Ivy is more a murder mystery. I mean, Mama Isi. Mariah Ivy is MMA. Um, Jared and Jared and Leilani's gonna be a murder story. So we're making it happen.
Peace, peace, peace.
Peace, Belay. So homie
Excuse
Nikki
me.
hasn't made it over there yet.
No, she has not. Um, so, yeah, excuse me for my technical difficulties at a new place. My Wi-Fi is a little shaky. I'm trying to get into the chat. I can't see nobody.
Hmm.
Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't have any information like I usually do for the chat. It's not giving me a. I don't like that.
Yeah.
It's just. It's a little different. I think things must have been an update or something. System a
I,
little.
I can still see the chat.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see. I see.
I can see the chat on. Well, I can see the chat. Yes.
Let me log in on YouTube. Maybe I can get in. So you were telling about us starting filming again.
Yeah. So um, I was telling them about the story series, how I became an assassin, and which we're in the middle of shooting. Well, actually, at the end of shooting the first short, uh, which is Black Dog, and Belay plays Cy Reeves or the Black Dog.
Oops. Peace chat. Peace chat. I see y'all now on YouTube. Peace. Emmanuel Briggs, Spider Man 7285, Eugene Mason, Yobi As. That's not pronounced Yobi, is it?
It's
Is it pronounced
Yobe
Yobe?
is Rob.
Yeah, yeah. Peace, Rob. What's going on? I've been checking you out. How did Rob get the Yobe outfit, the background, and everything in a matter of, yo, man, we need you in production, Rob. You just killing it over there. I was like, wait a minute. He got the pants and everything. Like, what? I'm sorry, excuse me, Rob. So I manifesto what y'all chatting about Billy and my fake Jamaican accent. So what we talk about I manifesto is a series of shorts that Baba has written and is going to direct. We've already started on the end of one, which is the a series of stories how I became an assassin, and it's a series about a group of people. I'm the first person that the story starts with. It's called Black Dog: How I Became an Assassin, and you'll see why it's called Black Dog once you watch it. But I play Psy, which is the lead in that one. And did I just go off?
No,
Oh, okay, I can't see myself all of a sudden. So
your screen is frozen though.
I don't know what's going on with over here, man, because I'm plugged straight into my Ethernet. You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh well, hey, forget it. Well, yeah, so I play the first character, and it's really good. We've it's gonna be great. Ghost Dog was was good. Yeah, no, this is gonna be good. It's a series, and it's gonna be each one will be different. We could. I don't know if you already told them. If you haven't, I'll just leave it at that. Each one will be different. It's an origin story, but it's gonna be different in how it's told and how it looks and everything about it. And you really, I'm really impressed with just the whole team and how we've been able to come together after a short time and get the filming knocked out. We don't have the state of the art studio equipment. We working with what we got, which is the same advice I got from actually a director on their set. They was saying, "Hey man, just start, just do it," you know. So it's been cool. Have have you spoke about what we've been going? We've been we've done. I'm still not on screen, but we've been to Richmond. We were doing the Happily Natural. Then we've been on the set of the studio, the film that we did stunt. We actually did fight choreography, but I ended up doing some stunt coordinating on the set, and so we've been getting our thing, and then we're filming. So although we've been gone from here, which we're about to start getting back regular again, and also back on our Patreon journey.
we've been working. So we just want y'all to know. And when we get ready for we're gonna need y'all help when we get ready for this to do the Ice Cold Carter, because as me and Bob was talking, that's gonna take some real production to get it right. And so we're gonna need y'all help. We're trying to we want to have our own studio equipment. We need because gotta do it yourself. Gotta do it yourself. I'm gonna take myself out and bring myself back up, Bob. See if that helps.
All right. So yeah, like Belay was saying, we're gonna need your assistance when we get ready to do the Ice Cold Carter feature film. Right now, we're doing a series of shorts. We're not just shorts. So I wrote Black Dog, but I'm writing all the How I Became an Assassin. But we're doing other screenplays as well. Little short screenplays to get everybody's reels down, things of that nature. Right. So Belay's back with us.
All right.
Okay.
Y'all can see, boom. You'll see this shirt again too, very in the near future. But yeah, man. So I'm just impressed. We got a good cast of actors. Our crew, Bob was doing an excellent job in directing. We got our good friend Kunle, assistant director. He's also or director of picture.
Director of photography and assistant director.
He don't want to give me my assistant director credits, y'all. I'm telling you, I'm behind. I'm over there. I'm over there doing. He don't want to give it to me now. I'm doing it over there. Nah, but yeah, Kunle is great, man. So we really are proud of what we got going on so far, and we got some good things coming in the future. And I don't know if we talked about so far the Happily Natural. The Natural Festival was great.
Yeah.
If you listen to Ron, I still feel like I've been cut out of all the pictures. I'm not. He got the picture of all y'all and just my hand in the picture. We was all together out there. We was all together with me, Deron, Baba, and Kalanji. We all in the group, and they managed to cut me out. I don't understand.
Not no they. He.
Right. I feel like it's conspiracy. I don't know that guy's name, but I'm feeling like it's conspiracy to cut me out of photographs. But it was a great weekend. The progress that they made. If you don't know what the Happily Natural Festival is, you can look it up. You can go online. They have websites. It's really a blossom in these 22 years, man. And to see what they've done with this piece of land when they started to what they're doing now, it's revolutionary. Growing your own food is revolutionary. Doing it all natural, not using the pesticides and rodenticides and all of those things is revolutionary. Getting the land back is revolutionary, and knowing the history, the way Deron brings the history together with what he does is just amazing, man. So if you didn't get a chance to go this year, start planning early to go next year. We'll have our workshop there as we did last year and the year before that. So plan early, man, because you don't get to see this that often. You don't get a tour of the Black Farm tour to see the land, to see what's the history of Richmond is important. It's because it's our history. So it was great. And one of the things that we talked about, I'm going to transition into news without talking about the news. Y'all can read between these lines and we spoke on this before, but your politics in public, we spoke about kind of hit on that at the panel that we were on. And one of the things we were saying is that's important, especially now when, everything is very divided and politically, is that you have to pick and choose how you're going to present yourself in public, and understand what it does when you show your politics online and things of that nature, strategically. One of the things we always talk about is we never talk strategy online or on social media. And with that, I just think we have to be very careful with what we're talking about, because the people that are against us, or you could say your enemy, they're not posting on social media. They're not making threats. They're doing whatever they're doing. It's 3 people were hung over the weekend, were found hung. Of course, 2 of them they ruled, and in Mississippi, out of all places, and they're saying that it's no foul play, anything like that. And that's the type of thing that your enemy does. They don't post on social media. They ain't wearing shirts to say I hate Negroes. They're not doing any of that. They're not going back and forth with you. They're not the people going back and forth with you on Facebook. And so when you get on Facebook and say, or social media, and you say this and that, I feel like this, I hate this, or whatever you're saying, these people are watching you, and you can become a target and not know it. And this could be your doctor, this could be your lawyer, this could be your insurance commissioner, this could be the people that's putting the installation in your roof. You do not know. So keep your politics to yourself within your group, and be careful, because in this, more and more people are coming missing. More and more people are being victim of violent crimes. And protect yourself by being in a group or organization that's about something, and you protect yourself by not publicly demonstrating your politics to everybody. If I know you walking, if a person going around say I hate Belay, I hate Belay, I hate Belay all on social media, I ain't saying nothing. When I see that person, I'm gonna have a plan for them, or I'm gonna have a plan to see that person. It might not be when I see that person. I'm gonna already. It's I can't tell. I was about to just give y'all too much, but I'm just saying, you got to know how people move out here. And nobody ain't saying I'm gonna meet you at 1:00 and we gonna fight. That's cool. No, I know you got something going on. If you say you're gonna meet me at 1, I'm gonna be out there tomorrow. I'm gonna be out there the day before. And that's where I'm gonna find you. You know what I'm saying? So just be very careful of how you moving out there. Be very careful. That's all I'll say about that. Peace, Kenyon Perry. Always self-defense. Yes, Brittany Bowman. Always self-defense, self-protection, self-awareness, situational awareness. Yeah, we just have to be careful and realize our enemy is everywhere around us. We could be working for them. We could be working with them. They could be working on us. So, and some people associate that as fear. Are you afraid? People tell me that all the time on social. When I say these things on social media, we ain't got time to be scared. We ain't got time for fear. I ain't fearing nothing. If you don't fear nothing, then something wrong with you, first of all. And it's not. I'm not scared. I'm not scared. That's not why I'm moving in an intelligent way. It's not because I'm scared. If I'm out here saying, "Damn these crackers, we gonna kill all this crazy stuff," and then somebody pop me while I'm in traffic, y'all is not gonna be there for my family. Who gonna take care of my daughter? But who gonna go help my mom out? You know what I'm saying? We have to be there for the people who care about us. We have to be here. Bob has to be here so he can teach, so he can still be teaching me, so I can learn, so I can still be teaching the people I'm gonna teach, and so forth and so on. You know what I'm saying? If something happens to Bob because he ranting and raving on this platform, saying, besides us what we're doing, which is already very controversial, you know what I'm saying? But if he talking about people and going carrying on and something happens to him, like the African proverb, like that's a library gone. That's it. It's as much as he has taught me in 10 years, there's more that he can teach me than I've learned. You see, if you get what I'm saying. I haven't learned maybe 10% of the stuff that he could be showing that I will get in the future, you know what I'm saying? Because you got to plant the soil sometime before you can really start putting into it. You got to make sure the soil is fertile before you can really put it. So I went through a process maybe 2-3 years before he even was going to give me certain information. You know what I'm saying? Just a vetting process. So, we got to be responsible as adults also, and that's just it's really important. That's really important. We can't be out here so proud when red, black, and green, and all the time we in front of all the white. Oh yeah, I don't care. I'm at work, surrounded by white people, and I got they white people dirty dogs all over. I wear that every week. Like, what are you doing? What are you accomplishing besides letting people know that you don't like them? That ain't doing nothing. So yeah, don't do that. And also take what you got and give it to the community. If you're not a fighter, if you're a mechanic, take that, give it to the community. Teach somebody. That's what we should be doing. Not worrying about how we look and what we saying in front of our enemy, but what we actually are doing in our community for our family, for the people that we love, and everybody has something they can contribute. So I just had to get it out my system because I've been arguing with folks on social media about this kind of thing. They can't argue back and forth with me on here. I get to say everything I want, and they can't say nothing back to me. Peace, Knox. Thank you for understanding that. You said overstand. Appreciate it. All right, and good to see y'all, man. Glad y'all stuck it out with us while we were MIA for a second. And we promised this to get back into the flow of things, man. We got some good things ahead. I'm just excited for the future.
Yeah.
Also, while I'm running my mouth, hey man, I just had a birthday. Was it yesterday? The day before? No, it was
Wednesday.
I don't keep up with birthdays like that. I don't really do a lot of celebrating and stuff. But it just did make me think about, you always reflect on life, and you should be reflecting, using that time to realign, reflect, readjust, whatever you need to do. And it just made me think about it's not too late if you're able. And that goes for anything. It's not too late to start a new business, to change what you are doing right now. You may be working in something you're not happy about it or whatever. It's not too late, unless you just giving up. People find stardom at different ages, even in as far as actors. You see actors that don't really hit until they're 50. To some of them, been trying their whole life, and then some of them get into it late. People get into business late. I just started a new business this year, and you can't be afraid to try things, to start things. Don't let that fear. If you got a passion, I'm not saying quit your job and go out and start, breakdancing because that's what your passion is, but don't be afraid to do what you love and try and then attempt to make it work for you. It's never too late unless you want to, not pursue it and give up. But don't be afraid, man. And if you are afraid, be afraid and still try it. Just never know. Hope that lands on the right page. The Spirit told me to give y'all that. So amen.
All right, so we're about to get into it. If you're done with the news.
Yeah, I'm done, man. Ain't really nothing to talk about. You know, folks acting crazy, folks getting killed, folks getting missing. It's the same old thing going on. I don't mean to sound like I'm desensitized to it. It's just that we can't play too much into it either way. You know,
Right,
we have to have our mission, and we have to stay on course. And I think some people get carried away into the news because they don't have a clear, concise mission and a plan to, you know, to go through with it. So that's
right.
all that is. Let's hit it. I'm ready.
All right. So while it's easy to think about obvious situations where you might be attacked, there are those that aren't so obvious, like namely when you're in your car. Men and women have a tendency to get into their car and sit while they check their messages, a habit that can actually spell trouble. If a predator is watching you, this is the perfect opportunity for that person to get in the passenger side, threaten you, and tell you where to go. That's why as soon as you get in the car, as a matter of habit, you should immediately lock the doors and leave. Also, if you're at a party, stick with friends, and if you left a drink out of sight, even for a few seconds, get a new one. Spiking the drink is with a date rape drug can happen quickly. When going on a date, tell family or friends where you're going, especially if this is a first date or blind date. And if somebody pushes you to do something you don't want to do, know that you have a right to leave. And of course, charge your cell phone and keep it in a charger on you at all times. That's the beginning.
Yes, and this coincides with what we've been talking about. Your enemy could be watching you. You in your car sitting there checking messages or watching IG or whatever, and you become easy prey. So, fortunately, you don't have to have a black belt in karate. Not even, I don't know if it'd help you if you did, but fortunately, you don't have to have a black belt in karate to learn how to defend yourself. Just practice these self-defense moves at home frequently so you'll feel confident using them if you're confronted. Not only does basic self-defense knowledge make you safer and increase your chance of surviving a violent assault, it also contributes to feelings of confidence and personal power. And that means a lot too, how you look. If you feel confident, then you're gonna look confident. And that's a deterrent all by itself.
Right. Self-defense actually starts before needing to react to the worst case scenario with self-awareness and preventive strategies. The first step is paying attention to your surroundings using situational awareness skills.
Being aware. Oh, excuse me.
Go ahead.
Being aware of your surroundings means only walking and park. Oh, excuse me. Being aware of your surrounding means only walking and parking in well-lit areas. Another example is keeping your keys with a safety whistle or defense spray easily accessible when you approach your car in the front door. Trust your instincts, and if something doesn't feel right, create distance from the situation immediately.
The second part of preventive self-defense involves sounding the alarm by making a scene. If ever you're in a precarious situation, it's time to go into escape mode. You want to do whatever is necessary to get away and survive. And remember, know that you can escape even against somebody bigger and stronger than you. The first thing you should do is try to scream and escape. If somebody's in your face or you're in a situation where you're unsafe or uncomfortable, yell back off or simply scream. You're trying to get other people's attention and let the predator know you're not an easy target. If someone puts their hands on you, then try some defensive techniques that can open up the opportunity for an escape.
Exactly. And man, and also, watch where you going at. If you're in the wrong place surrounded by the wrong people, then you yelling certain things, they ain't gonna make no difference.
Right.
So watch where you go, watch where you let your children go. Be careful, man. Be careful. Um, I'm sorry, real quick. I was this guy had called. I'm in the car with a friend, and his close friend called. He said, "Hey man, where you at?" He's like, "Man, I'm in Idaho." I said, "Man, what you doing in Idaho?" He said, "Well, my boss offered me this, offered a bunch of people at the job to, to go with him to see this land and blah 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 blah. Only black dude there." And of course, they start asking him about the guy who had just been assassinated, how he felt about it. And he's telling them how he really felt. I'm gonna leave it at that. And I'm not saying it because somebody have they got it on speaker. They don't know I'm in the car, the person on the other line. So I'm looking like why would you do that? In Idaho, and then from there they went to Wyoming, then they come back to Tennessee. And I'm just like, first of all, I would have said, hey, that's okay. I'm good. I don't want to go. But even you going, because my boss did me like that before. He was my boss at the moment. He took me out for drinks. Him and the assistant manager, another like 3 managers took me out. I'm the only black guy, and they're getting shots of Jack Daniels. Back then, that was my drink. See, they didn't know that though. I'm acting like I don't drink like that or whatever. So I get about 3-4 shots, and it's like, man, racism ain't really like it used to be. What you think? I'm like, these motherfuckers. But yo, just be careful where you go at. You know what I'm saying? Be careful what you're going. When you're there, be careful how you move. I'm sorry, I just had to get that out. So use a fighting stance from a distance as a way of setting a strong body language boundary, or when you're engaged in sending physical strikes. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart and your hands by your side. And if you need a good example of that, join our Patreon where we have the fighting stance on display for you to learn how to do it properly. And you can rewind, pause, and fast forward and all you want. So stand with your feet shoulder width apart and your hands by your sides, keeping your toes pointed forward. Take a natural step forward with your dominant leg so your feet are staggered. Bend both knees slightly, elevate the back heel, bring your hands up with your elbows about the fist distance from your body, palm facing forward. Tuck your chin and shrug your shoulders slightly. Distribute your body weight between both feet, placing more in the balls versus the heels. Your weight. It's best.
It's best to use palm strikes when the face of the attacker isn't blocked or covered, and you can reach the face with your arms outstretched. Start in fighting stance and keep your hands up, rotating your left hip and shoulder. Explosively extend your left palm straight out with your fingertips straight up and elbow down. Keep your right hand up to protect your face. Immediately recoil your left arm, returning your shoulder and hip to the square fighting stance. Whip your feet in the same position. Send a palm strike with your right hand. Be sure to rotate your right hip. Then try a left-right combination. Then practice a right-left combination. Your hands should stay open. Don't make a fist. And the heel of your palm should make contact with the attacker's nose.
Areas of an attacker's body that are most vulnerable to this type of attack include the eyes, nose, throat, and groin. Effective striking to these areas are most likely to slow, stun, or stop an attacker long enough to get away.
Right. Rely on a hammer fist in almost any situation where you find yourself in danger. It's most effective, though, when used to hit the attacker directly in the face, particularly the nose, jaw, or temple. So you start in fighting stance. Raise your dominant hand up, bending at the elbow. like you're preparing to throw a ball, and rotate your hips toward your attacker and bring your dominant arm down, smacking the attacker in the face. Right. So you either are using the muscular ball of your fist or the big bone of your wrist. Okay. If you're practicing this move, recoil to fighting stance and repeat. In the real world scenario, strike with the hammer fist and run while the attacker is incapacitated.
Works good on the neck too. Was really good at bang right there. Either way, bang, bang, bang. Woo. Yeah, you get caught in that neck area with that, it jams you right on up. If an attacker grabs you from behind, your arm movement will be limited, which will make the other moves more difficult. The elbow strike is meant to create some distance between you and the attacker. The effectiveness of this move depends on the force of the elbow and the element of surprise. So plan your moves accordingly with your dominant arm. Stabilize your stance as much as possible. If positioning allows, lift your dominant elbow and deliver a firm, quick strike to the assailant temple, jaw, or nose while turning your torso forward toward the attacker. And repeat, and repeat, if your arms are pent, tighten your arm muscles, form a fist, drive your elbows backward, back and down as you turn your torso toward the attacker. Aim for the stomach, ribs, or groin area. Drive the arm forward and repeat with alternating elbows until the grip on you has been loosened. Then run to safety.
So those are the top techniques and strategies that we found in our research for 2025. All right.
Now, I was watching
2024, 2023.
I was watching. I can't think his name, but I know you know him. Jikendo guy. His name got a V in it. So he's talking about. So I'm listening to him. You know, I took a little Jikendo myself, and he's talking about elbow strikes, and he was talking about, you know, instead of I've been studying, you know, using the angles instead of worried about the attack. We concentrating on the angles now. He was like, "This is that's a Filipino philosophy." And I'm like,
Well, it's a Filipino philosophy. It's in several African countries. It's a philosophy that different people have shared.
I'm looking at the fact that you see, it's a lot of different practitioners of different Asian martial arts that's realizing that to be effective, they got to come on around. They got to come on around and start adopting these principles that's going to make it's changing what it is, but it's making it more effective. They still don't have the whole picture, but they're using some of it. And so I just noticed that. I thought that was interesting, what this guy was. But even then, the reason I brought that up, because what you'll see is these videos, which we will be showing on Patreon like we've been doing, and exposing if they are effective or not. You'll see the guy punch. And what you'll see is the person do a quick slap. You know what I'm saying? What you hey, but you see all of that going on, and it looks amazing. It does. And it could be effective. Maybe. But the thing about it is they're not training realistically, because nobody just says, ha. When you see us, if you ever come to our class and somebody got their hand out like this and the person is doing technique, it's to get familiar with flowing. That's only for a little bit of time. I've you have to train realistically, and that's the thing about what we're talking about. So we're giving you realistic movement, even though it sounds like sometimes it seems repetitive. The message is that these work in real case scenarios, in different scenarios, so you don't have to think and learn a lot of crap, because you only gonna use this right here for one thing. I don't know what it is. To dig up somebody's nose. If you ain't gonna dig up their nose, you're never gonna use that. So training this 1,000, it's not gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? So you learn these palm strikes to lay heavy, come down with like that. And that may look you, it doesn't matter. It's about making it home. It's not as beautiful as that. It's not as beautiful as that's nice. All that's real nice, but it's not going to help you when somebody trying to really take you up out of here. You know what I'm saying? You can sit there and be doing this to death. You ain't gonna hurt a big strong motherfucker with that. Like you just not. And that's what we trying to drive. Thank you for the happy birthday, Mr. Gray. So that's the point that we're trying to drive. So take these techniques. You get a even if it's just on a bag, you can train to have your hands like this and then explode. You know what I'm saying? You could train those elbows to come forward, and these gonna work in a lot of different scenarios. These are gonna be effective. This is gonna be effective. Elbow, wrist is the combination that's gonna help you through a lot of. Hopefully, you never get into altercations, but that's basic principles that come in handy. You hit somebody with the hammer, and boom, you're right there with the elbow. Hit somebody with the elbow, and boom, you can be right there with the hammer. You know, I see people go from here to this to that, and that's not African principles if it's their using. So once I'm already here, then this is already right there. In a lot of situations, it just can be automatic. You know, either they go from the wrist to the elbow or to the elbow to the wrist. It's right there. And you don't have to think about it like that. It's boop, boop, boop. And that's what you want. You want to be able to flow and then get on out of there. You want to be able to have tools to get you up out of there. But it's not, none of this is going to be effective if you're not working it. If you by yourself, like say, work with a bob, work with a bag. If you don't have a bag, just work it, period. You got to strike air. But you got to train these things if you're going to be effective. Anything, you got to train it. So,
and hopefully you are training with another person.
that's another African philosophy. You got to touch bodies.
Right. If you use the air doesn't hit back.
No resistance.
but a person will give you the resistance that you need.
Right.
To know if your techniques are effective, to know how they're going to respond when you put it on them hard, all of that.
You need to know how the body moves, how the body feels, so you can flow better and be more effective.
Yep.
All of the above. And also one important part we don't want to blow over is using your voice in altercations. It's not always viable to get in a physical altercation as well, you know, and using your voice is important, especially in
that was the second part. So the first part was situational awareness, and the second part is making the scene.
Exactly. And as far as we've done this at workshops, and it's not easy even for children to yell for help. That's something that you also have to train, man. You really do. We take a lot for granted, but I often ask people this, especially my family members. Things like that you have to go through. You have to have a plan, and you have to train the plan. And this is exactly that's why they have fire drills at school. You got to have your own fire drills at home.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have your own get out the house drills. We got to evacuate where the bag's at. Your phone gone. What you can have numbers. You got your numbers. You got your important documents. You got your bags. You got your ammo. You got your tools. You got to have these things ready, accessible, and usable as well. So just me moving. I'm only talking about this because me moving recently. You do inventory again. Oh man, when the last time I even looked at in these bags to see what's what first aid kits do I have? You know, what's in my first aid? What do I need to put in there? Because during the year you might run out of alcohol. You go in your bag and you get this. You need some ointment. You use this out your bag or whatever. Things expire. So all of that's a part of your training as well. So just make sure you do it, because none of this what we're saying is gonna mean it's gonna help you if you're not actively training it with the people, with your loved ones. And sometimes you got to force the people that you love to, the ones you can force, your children. You can make you got you got to make them do certain things, and
Right.
you just have to do that. If you're the woman of the house, you go, hey, we got. If you're the man of the house, hey, we need to start thinking about what we're gonna do in a natural disaster. What we going? How we gonna get out this house? How we gonna get out this apartment? How we gonna get out this neighborhood? How we gonna get out this city? And there's books that can help you with that. Brother Boom.
Yeah. I have a few books that can help with that. SKG, the USPI Self Defense Manual,
One of the best sellers in
Surviving the Urban Apocalypse, book 1 and 2. So it's different books that you can get that can help you with that.
I would, let me just say, I know Baba would, I would promote other people books if I knew that they had the things that the Baba books got in it. You know what I'm saying? I would say, hey, get so and so book on. I can't do that. I can't do it because I'm not, it's not vetted. I don't know that they've done it, that they've been through it. So, I mean, if I'm biased, it's only because these are books that I've read, that I have, and I've seen the information in it, and I know. So there may be other books, but I don't know that they got the information that these have in them. And I know I know what Baba teaches, what he puts in his book are tried, tested, that comes from an experienced person that was taught himself. So that's the only reason, man. I try to push these books as much as possible. I know they got the truth in them. And I'm about to hook my library up and about to set them up. They're going to be nice. I got to make sure nobody don't steal them, because that's my problem. People come in, and really my problem is people ask me, can they hold the books? I say, yeah, and then forget who I gave them to. And we know black people, it turn into our stuff after a certain amount of time. It becomes ours, and then I forget. Now I got to question everybody who come to my house. Did I give you that book on so? And they gonna lie to me, and I can't prove it because my mind bad. So no, my mind is not bad. Let me not put that out there. My memory is good, but it's short. So yeah, y'all go out, man. Make sure y'all. It's just the times right now. We don't know what is going on really, behind the scenes, and what could happen and when it could happen. But we know things are happening. I thought it was interesting, that old man who, when that guy did get us knocked off, the old man that said it was him and it wasn't him. His name George Zen or something. That same guy was was on the news when 9/11 happened and said that he saw the planes hit and then he knew it was Bin Laden as soon as it happened. That's the same guy. That's the same guy who called in a bomb threat after the Boston Marathon thing happened. It's funny, and I researched this. I actually looked into this to see. I was like, this can't be for real. So, even a clock is right twice a day, a broken clock. When Trump used to run for office, he used to always talk about I forgot the company that he said, but he was always talking about people being basically crisis actors. And he would say this particular what's the name of them? I know one of y'all know, but there was a particular casting agency. And I've never got hired by them. And I was going to get hired by them one day. I was supposed to go to one of the headquarters in Atlanta and go get hired by, take pictures in my profile so they could hire me. And on the day that I was supposed to go, I was at the exit. It was standstill traffic, and I was about to get off the exit, and a Sprinter van hit me in the back and ran off. The next thing I know, I was in the hospital. And then I never went back. Someone just told me, I'm good. I'm good on them. But my point is, there is a such thing as that, actors and crisis actors and all that stuff, people, patsies or whatever you want to call them. So, man, it's no telling what's going on out here. We got to be prepared. And they was just trying to pass a law that soldiers from Israeli soldiers get American benefits. They were trying to pass that law. A senator just proposed it. So, man, we don't know. We don't know who run the country no more. We don't know what's going on. So, best to be prepared out here, y'all, than not be.
Yes.
That's not random, then. No, that's not random at all, sir. That's not random at all. Do it anyway is the motto. You're right. You can be afraid, do it anyway. That's the motto. That is the motto. We definitely appreciate y'all sticking in with us.
Yeah.
And we can't wait to unveil our project when we get it done. Like I said, it's a short, but it's one of many that's coming, and we're gonna have more on the way as we grow and invest in ourselves. So just stay tuned. Amaniki was supposed to be here today, but she's a hardworking woman. She managed to miss the whole show this time.
and next Saturday, I think she'll be out of town. So
yeah, she'll be out of town. She's a traveling. She's a woman. She's a traveling woman. She's she's experienced. She's out here touring the nation with her son. They going everywhere from coast to coast. So I get it in while it's the last little bit of summer right here. The summer's pretty much winding on down. I think this is it, technically.
Right.
So,
all right, y'all. Be safe out there. Be safe in your homes. Be safe wherever it is that you may go. Stay black or whatever it is that you may be. Peace.
Peace. Or